Hi everyone, it's Sunflower Spirit here, and I'm here to do the weekly reading. Today is Sunday, June the 16th. I hope everyone is having a good day. Hope you're having a good Sunday. So let's see what messages we have for this week. Let's see. What messages do we have, please, for everyone who watches this video? What are the messages, please? What are the messages? Everyone who watches this video. Two more, one, two. Okay. All right. What messages do we have, please? We have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. What other messages do we have, please? We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Knight of Cups. Interesting. Interesting. And then we have the Fool. Okay. So there is some sort of divine intervention here. There is definitely someone, you may be having a new beginning, or you may have already started on this beginning, or you will be starting on this beginning, but somebody's decided to take that leap of faith to be brave and start something new. Maybe you don't have all the information you need, but you're going to take the leap. Um, we also have, this is also part of like divine intervention with the wheel here. This is the wheel is about, usually for me, it's about change. It's about really using your intuition. So maybe you're using your intuition to take this leap of faith, to take this leap of faith. Maybe you're using your intuition, maybe. Um, and then it can also be about, the Wheel of Fortune can be about changes using your intuition. And it's also just kind of like surrendering to divine timing, surrendering to fate, just letting whatever you're going through take its course. Um, But then what's really interesting is surrounding that we have the Wheel of Fortune in the middle here, and surrounding that we have the Knight of Swords on one side, and then we have the Knight of Cups on the other side. So whatever this changes, whatever this new beginning is, there's going to be somebody, at least one person, maybe two, coming in offering something. Usually the Knight of Swords is offering communication, truth, um, usually words that may not be very tactful, but just very like abrupt communication. So that's communication. The Knight of Cups usually offers, emotional expression. He'll offer his emotional expression, he'll offer his love, he'll offer his kind of like idealism, his dreaminess, his romantic idealism kind of. So there could be, and it doesn't have to be romantic with the Knight of Cups, it could just be offering of self-expression. So it could be like somebody's going to communicate. This is kind of like a fated thing. This is intuitive. It could be something spiritual. And there's going to be a new beginning. Wow, that's amazing. That's really good for this week. But I can clarify these cards to see, if this resonates with your situation a little better. So let's see. Clarify these cards. for me. But this is great. This looks pretty good. And too, if nobody's coming in to offer anything, you could also be the one offering this communication, offering this truth, or offering this. Um, to me, it kind of looks like somebody's going to speak the truth about how they feel, and that could be either romantically or just, you know, any kind of self-expression, like how they're feeling. Maybe somebody who doesn't normally is going to speak how they feel. But with this new beginning, either it's going to give you a new beginning or you're kind of like walking away from it. You're like, thanks, but nope, I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. Um, so let's see. I'll clarify these. So, show me what this Knight of Swords is all about. What is this Knight of Swords coming in with? Knight of Cups. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it could be, yeah, like I said, like I just said, it could be somebody offering their emotional expression to you, somebody communicating their truth, their emotional truth, emotional self-expression. Why is this Wheel of Fortune here, please? We have the Five of Swords. And why is this Knight of Cups here, please? We have the Nine of Rods. And then we have the Devil on the bottom. So I got the Knight of Cups with the Knight of Swords. So yeah, I definitely think, like I said right before this came out, that this could be, somebody's offering their emotional expression. Um, and to me, it's like I wouldn't worry too much about it because we have the Wheel of Fortune in the middle. This is like whatever they say, whatever they come to you with, like whatever kind of emotion is, if it's like anger or sadness or something, it's like this, whatever is happening right now is supposed to be happening. Like with this Wheel of Fortune, this is part of your journey, part of where you're at. Um, and then we have the Five of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. So it might not be, the Five of Swords is really about, well, fives are kind of about struggle or conflict, and the Five of Swords is usually about having some mental conflict. So maybe like I'm seeing that, like, whatever's changing is difficult. Like your thoughts around this change is difficult. Your thoughts around this you know, moving forward, starting this new beginning with the Fool here is this is a struggle. This is kind of a struggle. But fives are also about change, and the Wheel of Fortune is about change. So it could just be like you thinking about this change, and change is hard for everybody. So it could be like the Five of Swords is just you kind of like processing that mentally um, with the change. With the Knight of Cups, we have the Knight of Rods with the Knight of Cups. So, you know, if you're communicating or somebody else is communicating, the other person who's receiving the communication might be very guarded, might be very, um, they might be defensive, but this guy doesn't really look like he's defensive in this one. So you could just be, because see how he's got his rods up behind him, and I know in like other decks the rods are like surrounding them or in front of them or something. So this guy's kind of like, okay, I'll hear you out, but I still, I have this stick in my hand, so if you know, say something inappropriate, I'm gonna use it. Or, he's kind of like, I'm willing to hear you out. And then with the Fool and the Devil, I feel like you might be walking away from something that you felt bound to or that you felt tied to, something that wasn't serving you, some unhealthy situation. So this is like a fated thing here. This is going to happen. You're kind of like going in using your intuition. Changes are happening, you know, it's good, positive change. And somebody's in the midst of this, somebody's expressing themselves. You're kind of having a little mental conflict, but at the end, you're just like, nope, I'm just going to do it. Like, this is unhealthy, and I need to take care of my needs. And so you're just taking that leap of faith and moving forward. And so I see the leap of faith as kind of like moving away from whatever this devil energy is. Whatever the devil energy is, usually like you're tied to something, maybe something's tempting you that's not, is not healthy. And so you've been kind of like in this place of like either codependency or like toxic situation. And so with the fool, there I'm thinking like, okay, you're moving away from the devil. Like you're recognizing your growth. Um, you're recognizing, and that might be what you might be thinking about. You might be having that mental conflict about this, about these changes. Um, wow, that's an intense read. Let's see. I want to pull an oracle. Which one should I pull? I'll pull a butterfly oracle. Butterflies are about like change and transformation, and we kind of have that going on with the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Swords. So, what do we need to know, please, about this change, about making this change? Whoever is making this change in their lives, what do they really need to know? Do they really need to know about this change? Two more, one, and then two. Okay. All right. So what is the message for the change for this situation? We have two. We have motivation and we have spiritual growth. So motivation and spiritual growth, and I'll just read from the book. So motivation is your motivation is changing, and what once interested you doesn't anymore, and what does interest you seems to be distracting you from your responsibilities. This card indicates that this pattern is stressful for you. Yet by facing the pattern, you are empowered to both understand it and heal it. There's a need to deal with the boredom that has set in because of routines that no longer appeal to you. Sometimes it arises due to a desire for drama to stir up excitement and variety. In order to recover your initial enthusiasm, it's often enough to discern the truth underlying why your motivation has flagged. Other times, boredom is a sign of burnout, which needs to be addressed directly or by heading in a new direction. Okay, and then we have spiritual growth, which is this card signifies that the change you're currently in the midst of or contemplating is part of your spiritual growth. Yeah, isn't that what I said with this here? It will bring about great blessings even if challenges present themselves along the way. As this experience comes to a conclusion, you'll know that you are very strong indeed. In fact, this situation will push you to leave behind your comfort zone. You'll reach deep inside to a reservoir of strength that you didn't know you had. This strength is both peaceful and powerful, and it helps you learn new life lessons as well as let go of old pain and forgive your past. Awesome. Awesome. This is a beautiful, beautiful read. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Happy Father's Day if you're a father. And um I appreciate you guys stopping by today. I hope you have a great week and I will talk to you guys later.